Bonjour. Today we are going to work on the imparfait chapter 6. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my Word document as usual, and we're going to go there. So chapter 6, it's going to be the imparfait. So the imparfait. And the imparfait in French, it's a tense that we use to talk about something in the past. Okay. Something that's not true anymore. Before to see all of the different way that we can use it, I'm going to show you how to build it. Imparfait, it's actually one of the easiest tense to conjugate. You take any verb, okay, like parler, for example, okay, and you drop the ending. You drop the ER. Okay, so I'm going to zoom on that. You drop the ER. Okay, you drop it. Okay, and then instead of ER, for je, you put IES. For tu, you do IES. For il, elle, on, we do IT. For nous, I can put that here. You put IONS. For vous, you put IEZ. And for il and elle, you put AIENT. So that's it. Okay, so the ending is going to always be the same. So then the question is going to be, hey, we have the ending. How do I find the roots of the verb? Do I just take what's left once I drop the ER and that's going to be the root of my verb? Or do I need to do something else? So for most of the case, just dropping the ending is going to give you the roots. But for example, for a verb like faire, well, if I drop the ending, which is, it's an irregular verb, the ending could be maybe RE, then what am I going to have left? FAI, and then I put AIS again. So that's very bizarre. So what we do, actually, for the imparfait, the general rule will be you conjugate the verb in present with nous. Okay? And then you drop the ONS. Okay? I'm going to show you. I'm going to put that in English. I wish it was, where it is, it's here. So let's go back with my verb faire. Okay? In present, it's nous, faisons. Okay? And now I drop my ONS and I got my root. Okay? So it's right here. So that's going to be FAIS. Let's pick a different verb. I don't know. Prendre. Oh, prendre is a good one. That's an irregular one. That's mean to take. And faire, I mean to do, right? So what that's going to be, it's going to be nous prenons. You need to know your verb in present, right? So what do? We drop the ONS and we keep the PREN, and that's going to be my root. And what's in green, it's what I'm going to put here. D'accord? So for example, instead of parler here, I'm going to put prendre. D'accord? Why not, right? Bold, underline, maybe italic. So what do I have left here? Well, PREN. And I'm going to put that in green. This way you can understand Hop, CTRL-C, CTRL-V, 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 CTRL-V. And of course, the hyphen is going to disappear, right? You understand that, huh? The hyphen disappear. And then it is perfect. And now I have my conjugation. Okay? Makes sense? So it's not complicated. You conjugate the verb in present with nu. You drop the ONS, you have the roots. Then what do? You put AIS. I can change color. I like colors. You know that, right? AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, AIENT. And it is true for every single verb for once. D'accord? So that's cool. But of course, we're going to have an exception. What's going to be the exception? It's going to be être. Why être is an exception? Because if I put être in present, with nu, it would be nous sommes. Well, there is no ONS to drop here. So we have an issue. So être is going to be a tiny bit different. We're just going to pick, just going to keep et. D'accord? So être, actually, the root's going to be et. D'accord? And that's it. I can put that in green. Boom. And you know what? I'm going to do that. Tac, CTRL-C. CTRL-V. And here I'm going to put that. CTRL-C. CTRL-V. Oh, I wish I didn't have the space. Sorry about that. CTRL-C. Copier. Copier. Okay, and here I'm going to do the same. Tac, étion. Étier. Et voilà. D'accord? So être is a little bit special, but it's not a big surprise either, right? You're going to have to be careful here. Hey, you know what? Let's do something like that. Let's use my emoji. There we go. D'accord? Ça marche? So that's it. So now I mentioned it very quickly before. I was like, hey, when do we use the verb? When do we use the tense? Imparfait. And when do I use my other tense in past, which is going to be passé composé, right? So in past, we have two tense. We have passé composé. I have eaten. Okay, that's going to be passé composé. And we have imparfait now. So when do I use imparfait? Okay, when, or maybe I can do the imparfait versus the passé composé. Oh, that's perfect. D'accord? And I'm going to do that new sound. Here, I'm going to put that here. I'm going to do something like that. Well, where it is. Here we go. The imparfait versus the passé composé. I can put 2 points here. Tac. Imparfait. Past in the past. D'accord? It's past in the past. Something used to. Used to. It's not true anymore. D'accord? For example, when I was in France, very good, I used to play soccer. Well, guess what? I'm not in France anymore. So it's not true anymore. Okay? I'm in the US. So that's going to be imparfait. So, quand j'étais en France, je jouais au foot. D'accord? Boum. OK? Quand j'étais en France, je jouais au foot. Past in the past, something used to. Also, I use the imparfait when I want to talk about the weather. Okay? This morning, on all of that, it's in the past, right? Okay? This morning, it was cold. Ce matin, virgule, il faisait froid. Okay? And here you can see, AIS, that's purple. AIT, I do the conjugation, purple. And my roots, it's green. So that's nice too. It's this one, I think. Yeah. Okay? Il faisait froid. Also, when I talk about the background, context. D'accord? Context. Something you have no control on. Okay? No control. But all of that is in the past. So no, out of your control, out of your control. That's a good one. D'accord? So for example, why is they not happy with me with context? Really? Nah, that's good. Oh, because it's English. Okay. So for example, the class was loud. Okay, it's out of our control. Okay, it was super loud outside. La classe était bruyante. D'accord? No control on that. Okay, we are not the one making the sound. It's coming from outside. We have zero control. Okay, la classe était bruyante. Also, oh, I wish that would fit, but it's okay. Also, so we have the weather. So past in the past. I'm going to put that in italic because it's kind of important. Italic, background, and also feeling in the past. Feeling. Okay? Yesterday, I was happy. D'accord? Hier, that's a feeling, right? It's a feeling. Hier, j'étais content. Okay? So that's going to be the case when I use imparfait. And I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to do the proper color. So it's purple. And here, j'étais. It's going to be. So when do I use the imparfait? Past in the past. Weather. Background. And feeling. Okay? Also, I have some hint for you. My hints, hint, yeah, maybe like that. I don't write it down. Hint. Every time I have was where, I guarantee it's imparfait. Every time I have when, I have imparfait somewhere. Or after. Every time I have while, so when it's quand, by the way. Pendant que. OK? Imparfait is after. Okay? So every time you're going to have when, imparfait is somewhere, either before or after, but it's a good warning sign. It's a sign. It's like, oh, there is when, I have when in the past, I'm going to have imparfait. Why? Because you do an action, then you have when, something else happened, the first action stop at this specific point. Okay? And then while, pendant que, that always have imparfait after. D'accord? Je jouais du violon pendant que ma sœur faisait ses devoirs. I was playing violin while, pendant que. So that's going to be my hint. Ma sœur faisait ses devoirs. D'accord? For example. Faisait ses devoirs. I have another one. Je dormais quand tu m'as téléphoné. Right? I was sleeping when you called me. Well, that's my hint. I know I'm going to have imparfait somewhere, so now I need to think about it. Which color did I say? Orange. So I was sleeping. Hey, I have was here. Okay. I was sleeping. So that's going to be my imparfait. Because in English, I say I was sleeping. Dun, 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 dun. And that's green. But no, I'm not sleeping anymore. Right? The sleeping, it's not true anymore because you woke me up with a phone call. D'accord? Quand tu m'as téléphoné. So that's going to be the int. Also here, sometimes you have ing. Usually when you have that, you're going to have ing too with the verb. I'm thinking about it because I was sleeping. D'accord? So those are the different int for imparfait. I don't think I forgot anything. And if you look in your book, they don't really talk about that. So I will really, really, really keep that in mind. And I really hope you're watching this video because that's going to be very helpful. Okay? So that's the imparfait. Imparfait. That's going to be the first one. Imparfait, that was the first one. So now, well, we're going to do the same thing with passé composé. Contrôle-C, Contrôle-V. So here I'm going to put passé composé. When do I use passé composé? Well, every time I don't use passé, every time I don't use imparfait. That will work. Passé composé. Okay? So now passé composé. What can we talk about? What can we say? Passé composé, start in the past. Still true. Okay? Think about it. When you call me, or maybe we're still on the phone. D'accord? So it's an action who starts in the past, and it's still true. This morning, very good. I woke up at 6 a.m., right? Well, I'm still awake. D'accord? Or I have another one. I started the lesson already. I already started the lesson. Okay? That's even better. D'accord? So it's going to be j'ai déjà commencé la classe. We know how to do passé composé. Hein? We've done that before. I'm not going to repeat that. We need the auxiliary. We need the verb in past participle. We know how to do that. Okay? I'm not coming back with that. Okay? Also, it's a series of action. Okay? Or succession, series of action. Series of action in the past. Okay? So that's going to be this morning, I woke up, I ate breakfast, and I went to work. D'accord? I brushed my teeth and I took a shower, etc., etc. Donc, ce matin, je me suis réveillé, virgule, j'ai mangé mon petit déjeuner et je suis allé travailler. D'accord? Series of action in the past. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then I'm going to have specific time in the past. Specific time in the past. This morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. Okay? Specific time. Ce matin, virgule, je me suis réveillé à 5 heures. D'accord? So that's specific time. I'm missing my accent. Réveillé. Hey, I'm missing a space. Oh, I know why. Okay. Je me suis réveillé à 5 heures. Specific time in the past. Start in the past. Series of action. Right? So it's something you start in the past. Then I have a series of action. And then I have a specific time in the past. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So once you have all of that, I'm going to erase that. I don't need that. Dun, dun, dun. And that's going to be passé composé. Okay? So, I don't need the italic here. Do you want me to? So that's, I'm going to put that in a different color. Maybe I have too many colors. I don't know which one to pick. Orange. Je me suis réveillé. Je me suis réveillé. J'ai mangé. Je suis allé. D'accord? J'ai déjà commencé. Well, déjà, it's not. Okay. And, oh, what did I do? Okay. J'ai déjà commencé. Okay. Start in the past, and it's still true. Whoa. Okay. Maybe we should eat true. Yeah, I think it's better. Series of action in the past. It's a series of actions. There is one series, there is more action. In the past, specific time in the past. And that's going to be it for the passé composé. Okay. I think for me it's easier to recognize the imparfait, but you know, everybody can be different. Okay. Print it, have it during the homework. That's going to help you a lot. Okay. And the last part, and that's completely different. So that's it for the conjugation for this chapter. Okay. Not for this chapter, but for this part. And the last part, I think we're going to talk about adverb. Where do we put the adverb? Oh, that's funny. In English, you put the adverb before the verb, I think. I already ate breakfast. So already it's an adverb. You put it before the verb. In French, we put it after. That's it. Except if the adverb is isolated. So let's write that down. Tac, tac, adverb. Mm-hmm. Are they italic or not? What do you, yeah, I guess. Adverb. Adverb goes after the verb in French. Except if it's goes in general, virgule, the adverb goes after the verb in French, in general. Okay, fine, I'm going to write it in French. Adverb, okay? And that I can put that in English if they want, so it's not underlined. The underline drives me crazy. What? French? Ooh, big F, okay? In general, the adverb goes after the verb in French, okay? I already knew that, okay? I already knew that. In French, we say je savais déjà cela. D'accord? That's my adverb. Yellow. And here it's here. Yellow. D'accord? And that's my verb. Red. Red. Do you see? That's it. But sometimes the adverb can be isolated. Yesterday, comma, I went to the store. So here, because my adverb is isolated, I'm going to do the same in French. Hier, je suis allé au magasin. Because it's isolated by a comma. D'accord? We could have said, I went to the store yesterday. Right? So when it's isolated, it's going to be the same. Did I use yellow? Oh, I'm not sure about it. Okay. Because it's isolated, I can put it here. D'accord? That's it for the adverb. That's it for all of that, actually. Okay? So what do we have to remember? Imparfait. How do I build the imparfait? It's not complicated. I need to know my ending. AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IZ, AIENT. How do I find my roots? I need to know my present, conjugate the verb in present with. D'accord? Once you do that, you drop the ONS, and then you have your roots. And you just add it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay? Difference between imparfait and passé composé. Imparfait, past in the past, not true anymore. I used to. When we talk about the weather, about the background, we talk about the feeling. Okay? We have different int. Every time you have was, were, or ing in the past in English, guarantee it's imparfait. Every time you have when, guarantee you have imparfait somewhere before or after. Every time you have wide, I guarantee you have imparfait after. Okay? Passé composé, when do I use it? It starts in the past and it's still true. D'accord? Also, it's a series of action in the past. Can I put that in? Drive me crazy when it's underlined like that. Maybe I should not do spell. Not spell, but conjugation. Series of action in the past. Okay, this morning I woke up, I took my breakfast, blah, blah, blah. And also specific time in the past. Oopsie. This morning I woke up at 5 a.m. Okay, that's a specific time in the past. So, why is not happy? This morning, very good. Okay, fine. I woke up at 5. It's very specific. I will use passé composé. Okay, and then we can finish with the adverb. In English, the adverb is before. In French, usually it's after, except if it's isolated. And we did everything for the first part of chapter 6. So I'm going to stop sharing, and now you can go to your homework and please use that. I will really, really use that. That would be very helpful for you to do your exercise. Because in the book, I guarantee they don't really explain it this way. So it might be a tiny bit confusing when you do your homework. Okay? Well, that's excellent. I'm going to stop that. That's a big lesson. So thank you for your time and good luck with your homework.